Hey everybody, how are you doing? Good to see you all. Hi Instagram, hi Facebook. Hope you are keeping well. Steve Marks here from Black Star Amps. New products, new gear. All right, let's just stop that audio there for a second. Hope you're all doing all right. Welcome to this live stream. As I said, my name is Steve Marks. I'm from Black Star Amps, of course. And today is a very special day. We launch a brand new product, the ID Core version 3. Version 3. This is one of the most successful ranges in the world for Black Star. It's quite astonishing, really. So we have the 3 combos here at the moment. We've got the ID Core 10, the ID Core 20, which I'm plugged into at the moment, and the ID Core 40 up here. They're all stereo speakers, so if you're familiar with the ID Core version 2, which is sort of the last incarnation, if you like, there's some major changes, but they kind of look familiar, all being well. So, as I said, all stereo speakers. So let's talk about some of the major differences. All right, so we have some new software. That's really good news for a lot of users out there. So I know you can't really see this in detail, but I'm hoping I can run through it with you and show you exactly what's going on. But this is the new software platform for ID Core version 3 called Architect. And it can be downloaded for Mac and PC. It runs on all current operating systems. It's a really clean software package and it's amazing. It has a very cool feature called Cab Rig Lite, and that enables us to, it's more than just impulse responses. If you're familiar with the term IRs, it's more than just that. It's customizable responses, considering room environment, mic placement and cabinet. So if you're using your ID Core for recording, of course they've all got USB on here, so you can actually adjust the Cab Rig tech to be whatever's coming out of your USB output or your headphone output as well, which is amazing for products under the £200 price point here in the UK and around the world in different currencies, of course. To have that technology within these products is astonishing. They're still super wide stereo, of course. They've got 6 voices, as I'm sure you're aware if you're familiar with them, 2 cleans, 2 crunch, 2 overdrive. Got our gain, our volume, and our ISF, Black Star's patented proprietary infinite shape feature is still on board. One of the cool things with the Architect software is we get bass, middle, treble, and we get Black Star's ISF, of course, and we get resonance and presence control, which can be stored to one of your 6 presets on the products, which is amazing. So we also have our wonderful effects section consisting of 3 reverbs, 3 delays, 4 modulations, 4 reverbs, 4 delays, 4 modulations. You can have 3 simultaneous at one time. That's the number 3 I was thinking of. So tap tempo, control over level, rate, time, anything like that. Some advanced features as well. So if you press and hold the tap button, you can actually control the time of the tempo with the level control. So you can really get detailed control, and you can access input gain and levels and output USB levels as well by holding the tap function. One of the most cooler things as well is you can do live streaming with ID Core V3, which for the way everyone plays today is super important. Obviously we're in the midst of a pandemic globally, and there's a lot of musicians out there that are creating their own content, and honestly, this is an amazing feature. So by using a TRRS cable, that's the 3.5mm mini jack with 3 circular rings around it, the 3 black rings. By using a TRRS cable connected to your mobile or Android device, iOS or Android device, you can actually pre-record everything coming out of the amplifier, including your cab rig tech as well. So your mic placements, your cabinet design, anything like that, your room resonance, presence, things like that. So it's extremely, that's a real extremely exciting feature, I have to be honest. I'm going to show you how that works. I've got my iPad just out of shot. So the audio that you heard when this live stream began was coming from a track from the iPad directly into the streaming in, so it's an input and an output. So depending on the device that you're using, if I'm using my iPad, which is iOS of course, I've got my TRRS cable 3.5mm going into a female 3.5mm adapter to Lightning connection, so that's going straight into my iPad, and we're going to sit here, record a song, and I'm going to show you how it sounds back through the rig. Now that's extremely exciting for budding content creators, okay? So if you're into the idea of doing demos on YouTube, getting your YouTube account up and running, even if it's down to your Facebook or Instagram, anything like that, you can pre-record content or simply go live on your social media, and everything you get from the amp will go straight direct, almost as if you've mic'd everything up professionally, recorded it on your DAW, filmed it with some high-end cameras, and then synced it together as a lot of creators do. This does it all for you, so we've made it really simple. And I'm excited to show you that. It's an amazing feature. So yeah, I'm going to pre-record a video essentially. So if you were into content creating, you could actually record the guitar parts with your mobile device, and then maybe do the speaking part separately. You don't even need a mic, you can just speak into the microphone on your device, and then splice it together on iMovie, something like that, or a video editing app. Amazing feature at this price point. All right, so one of the other game changers with these amps as well is they work with Blackstar's PB1, which is a lithium-ion battery, which gives you 8 hours battery life. So yes, these babies can run on 8 hours. So if you're into busking, if you're into playing street musician as your job, playing on the streets, it's a game changer. So this is purchased separately. They do come with their own PSUs, of course. This is a separate item. It's the Blackstar PB1 power bank. There's also a built-in USB adapter. There's a built-in torch as well. So this is kind of something you would take camping and use to charge your mobile phone and your iPad or whatever. So very cool. That's the PB1. So all these three can work for 8 hours mobile, which is amazing. All right, so let's listen to some tones without further ado. I'm going to grab my guitar, and here we go. So at the moment I'm going to use my Strat to start off with. I'm going to put the amplifier into manual mode so everything is as you see it. So let's start with the cleaner voices. So this is clean warm. Alright, so that's a bit dry, so I'm going to add some effects. Now I've got 4 types of reverb here. I've got room, hall, spring and plate. So I'm going to add some spring in there, see how that sounds. So spring is my 3rd section. I've got control of the decay and the overall level. I'm going to bring the gain down a little bit, give it a bit more verb. Really nice. I'm going to turn the ISF to the USA side. Now, if you don't know what ISF is, it's a patented feature for Blackstar. It's really important to the Blackstar story, and it lets me dial in British or American sounds. If it's at noon, it's kind of neutral for every guitar style of playing, and also models, so 335s, tellies, strats, Les Pauls, double humbuckers, high gain guitars, should I say. So it's going to work for most things. Now that I've taken it to the American side, we should get a real nice really nice American style tone. Let's go clean bright. Let's push the gain stage a little bit. Let's stick to the American side. Let's go for a room reverb, so a nice sort of studio room. Let's add in a classic sort of tape echo delay with a short slapback to get that rock and roll sound. There you go. instantly there. There's no LEDs on the top here to get lost in. It's all really easy for any guitar player to dial in. You just dial it and get used to it. There we go. Really nice classic tone there. Let's push the ISF over to the UK side. Let's take that tape echo off. Let's go for more of a hall reverb. And let's push the gain stage a little bit. And now we're talking about that 60s British tone, right? Bit more grit. Sounds wonderful. That's clean, bright, gain pushed. So let's go to crunch. Let's bring the gain back a little bit. UK. Let's go for a spring reverb. Nice. I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to swap guitars right now, just to get a bit more edge. So I'm going to plug in my Les Paul. Just bear with me a moment. So something with double humbuckers. There we go. Oops, dropping everything. There we go. Hopefully we'll be back in town. Okay, so British, crunch, medium to low gain. Let's go room reverb. Classic blues, British 70s invasion, you know, let's roll that tone back a little bit. Give it a bit more punch on the gain. Really nice. Classic. Yeah. Super crunch. We're stepping into the 80s, 90s rock tones now. Let's add some more reverb in there, some more of a hall arena. Let's go for a delay as well, digital delay with a fairly adventurous sort of space. Nice classic tone there, man. Let's add one of the modulations maybe. So we've got our reverb our delay chosen. So maybe a phaser, sort of slow phaser, like a phase 90 vibe. So I can tap the tempo real low. Different key, but you get the idea. Let's take it over to the US side. Well, actually about 11 o'clock, so just into the American. Damn, son. Sounds great. Hi Instagram, hi Facebook, if you're just joining us a little later on. I'm Steve from Blackstar, doing a live launch live stream for you today on the ID Core version 3. Got to get that the right way around. That's our 2 cleans, 2 crunches. Let's go to overdrive 1. Now we're getting into real high gain territory. Let's go US. Let's take off the reverb. So it's just delay at the moment. OD1, amazing. OD2, let's maybe bring it back to the UK, add a bit more delay. It's on tap, clean to scream. Amazing tones from such small products. And if you're into home recording, doing live streaming, these are amazing. They're built for you. All under £200. UK price, of course. If you're watching from overseas, just check your local listings. They are launched today, or this week. What else can we talk about? We've talked about the fact that it's got a PB1 power bank, so you can actually power your items. It's still running at the moment because I've got my cable in, but this will give you 8 hours battery life. It's called the Blackstar PB1. Yes, these can be used via battery, which is fantastic. They come with their own PSUs. We've got our live streaming aspect. Let's talk about that next. So that's one of the greatest features on these. Let's go for more of let's talk about maybe some of the clean stuff. I'll put one of my clean presets on. Check this out. It's a very ambient, clean, bright. So let's start there by doing a pre-recorded video. Let's imagine we're creating some content for our social media. So you can go live on your Instagram or Facebook by doing exactly the same thing as this. So we've got a TRRS cable plugged into the streaming input-output going straight to my iPad. I'm using a lightning adapter at the moment. You can use this on Android as well. So I'm going to open up my video app. All being well, that will be easy to do. Okay, so I'm going to face the camera towards me, so I'm going to show you this content afterwards. So there we go, that's all good. So just to test the theory, I'm going to do some playing and do some talking. Now, it won't pick up the talking because it's picking everything up via the streaming output. It might pick up a little bit maybe if you've got hot pickups or something like that, but it's going to pick up predominantly the guitar tone from your amp. and it's a live streaming, and it's an official live streaming feature of the ID Core V3. It's quite astonishing. So let's set the video app instead of photograph. Let's press record. I'm going to say hey, I'm going to wave, I'm talking while I'm waving, and we'll do some playing. Here we go. I'm going to change tones now. There you go. So that's going to record my content. Let's press stop on there for a second. And let's go to my video files. And all being well, we should get some tones. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera to you. Or the iPad, should I say, without knocking anything over. Ugh. Hopefully you can see that as a shot. So you'll see me waving at the beginning, as I did, but no talking, just guitar tones going straight back through the ID Core V3. Oops. Stopped it on the important bit there, the overdriven bit. Let's forward it to that again. Here we go. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Live streaming made easy, all from a TRRS cable coming out of the ID Core V3 straight into your mobile device. Now, the tone that you were hearing there was coming from my cab rig. So I was using a 412, classic 412 with a ribbon mic. So if you're into the world of impulse responses, IRs, the technology on cab rig is a little different. It's designed by Blackstar, but you've got lots of choices of cabinet design, cabinet feel, room feel, and also mic selection as well, whether you want it on axis, off axis. It gets you into that world of responses from cabinets. Now, the output will be heard from your headphone output, from your live streaming output, or via USB as well. Or you can take a line out into, maybe it might be a line out, so 3.5mm mini jack into 2 1/4-inch jacks into your studio monitors. You can even mute the internal speakers here, so all you're hearing, if you are into studio stuff, all you're hearing is the cab rig simulation, which is astonishing. I know you probably can't see the screen that well, but I've got Architect up and running. So here we've got our pedals, which are situated like the effects. We've got a tuner here, so that mutes everything. You can actually access the tuner on the amplifiers as well. So it mutes the amplifier, it gives you a nice clean chromatic tuner. We've got our noise gate built in as well, which is fantastic. You can have that engaged or disengaged and change the amount and the sensitivity. We've got our effects section, so if I change the phaser to, let's say, a tremolo, the pedal will revert to a tremolo. There's a harmonic tremolo built in there as well, which is rather nice. We've got our delays there. We've got tap tempo, so you can tap it with your mouse if you wish, or on the amp. Our reverb choices as well. We've got our 6 voices here. We've got our gain, volume, bass, mid, treble, ISF, resonance and presence. There's a nice little dice here, so if you're feeling like the lack of inspiration isn't happening for you, you can just select that little dice and it'll throw a brand new tone at you to hopefully make you want to play more. Let's try it now. So at the moment, I've just got a nice super crunch with a delay on there. If we go to the dice, let's roll it, some different EQ and some different tones. Very short slap back there. Let's go again. Nice delays. Cool modulations. Gary Moore in Wembley Stadium. Yeah. It's very cool. All right, so we didn't talk about this in too much detail, but the modulations, you've got a filter on your 3rd segment. So for clean stuff, that can work great for funk music. If you're on an overdriven voice, either Super Crunch, OD1, OD2, it gives you an auto wah, which is really useful. You can change the sensitivity and that, all the good stuff. And this section here is where we can access our online sharing community. We can upload our own patches. What's important to realize about Architect as well is it will backdate to other products, including Silverline, ID Core Beam, ID Core V2, ID Core V1, ID Core High Power. So anybody that has those amplifiers, you can still use Architect, which is super cool, super exciting. So we've got our settings tab here where we can adjust what we need to. You can see here you've got a reamping mode, so you can actually take 4-channel USB out of your ID Core version 3s as well to give you the opportunity of reamping later. Super wide stereo on or off. If you've not experienced super wide stereo and you don't know too much about the ID Cores, essentially it throws the sound around the room. It's quite astonishing, and there's nothing else in the market like it. They're all stereo speakers, even the 10 watt and the 40 as well. This is the 20 we've been using, and when you're using delays, it's just astonishing. It's fantastic, and reverbs and stuff like that. You can mute the speakers internally if you're just looking at the cab rig. Going direct out. We've got foot controller mode. The foot controller for these is a separate item. It's the FS11, and what you can do with that is you've got 2 modes basically. You can choose 2 of your favorite presets. You can store 6 presets on each of these, on all of these, and you can choose between your 2 presets, and that's your first button, and your second button will turn the respective effects for that preset on or off. Alternatively, you can scroll up and down, left and right through your foot switch to go through all 6 presets. So that's your foot switch modes. Yeah, very, very nice software package, Architect, brand new. So you can see here, I've got a dice as well if I get a lack of inspiration. You're not going to hear what the cab rig result is because we'd have to do more recording and stuff like that. But I can change the cab. I can go for something like a 112 combo if I want, and the image will change to show you. I can take it off a ribbon mic and go for a condenser. I can go off axis. So it gives you an amazing experience of getting into the world of responses for direct recording. I've got control over my low and high EQ and an overall level output. So that's Cab Rig Lite within the Architect software. Free to download, check it out, and it only works with ID Cores, ID Core Beams, Silverline, Blackstar digital products. So it's really, really cool. And you can store as many patches as you like on there. So the predecessor to that was called Insider. So Architect, that's the way. This is the way. All right, guys, so I think that's it. We've showed you live streaming. There's a recessed handle on the rear panel as well, so you can, it's really easy to carry now. We talked about the PB1 power bank, which will power these portable for up to 8 hours battery life. We've talked about live streaming, we've talked about the tones. I really hope you've enjoyed this live stream, and the ID Core V3 is out now. It's an astonishing product. I would highly recommend it. My name is Steve, and I'm from Blackstar. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, be safe. See ya.